This Companion fifth wheel from B&W is pretty sweet. It drops right in the turnover ball gooseneck hitch, which is sweet because it doesn't have any rails or anything you got to deal with when you're not towing anything. You helping with the fifth wheel or picking your nose? A little bit of both? So you got a nice flat bed, and this drops right in there. You got one bolt and you got to crank to 60 foot-pounds, and you're good to go. It's also got little polyurethane pads between the actual head part of it and the uprights. So even with the manual, it rides pretty smooth. And actually, my father-in-law's fifth wheel has a little slide on it too, which kind of helps on the shifts. But it surprised me how well it drove with that much tongue weight. But that's also the first thing I've done any fifth wheel with. Bumper pull's a little different. I'll put a link in the description to these. They're pretty sweet setup to be able to do fifth wheel and goosenecking and still have a flat bed when you're not doing that stuff.
Perfect. You're good.
Fifth wheel for my father-in-law. His Ford, well, that's a whole nother story. Let's not get into that. I bought this Companion hitch from B&W. It's for the turnover ball gooseneck hitch that's in this truck. And this Companion fifth wheel is super nice. It's got like a little polyurethane pad and stuff that keeps it from being too rattly and shitty. But we're taking it from his storage place back on some property he has to the East Sydney Lake campground that we take it to every year. It's a nice place to hang out. You can go kayaking and all that stuff. But we're going to meet up with the wifey over there, wifey and kid, and get it all set up and ready for this year. I pulled this before, and it's the heaviest thing I've pulled with this truck. But the 8.1 and the ZF6, I mean, with this much, it's like 14,000 pounds. So with this much weight, it's a little jerky here and there. But for the most part, it's pretty good. There's an uphill red light that kind of blows, getting this thing moving. Yeah, this for a truck that's 20 years old, it pulls it like a friggin' champ. Does a nice job. or it'll end up in reverse. If you let it swing a little bit too much with the spring pressure, it'll end up in fourth gear. It's the only thing I don't like about this ZF6. Almost everything is better than the NB4500 I had in my last truck. But that dogleg first, when you're pulling something heavy, it's kind of a pain in the ass. Because with that weight trying to drag you backwards, you got to be able to do that dogleg first to second gear pretty quick. And it can be tricky. There's some power enrichment. Enabled in tune. This thing had 16 degrees of spark at wide open and no power enrichment in the factory tune. Which blows my mind because that's fucking bonkers. What is this one, Dave? A 38 footer? 38 foot?